Welcome back to another productive mom vlog. So on today's episode, we're going to be focusing on all things kids activities, kids crafts. I do have a letter board for my 2-year-old. I'm starting to teach him the fundamentals. He knows a lot, but we're going to do some more formal teaching. And then my 4-year-old, she is in school, almost 5. She'll be 5 at the end of this month. So she likes to join in on some of the learning when she gets home from school. So yeah, we're going to reset the letter board. We're going to start colors today with my 2-year-old, even though he knows most of his colors. But we're going to, like I said, we're doing formal learning now just to make sure that he knows all of them and he can say them well. So we have some color magnets that I want to set up and show you guys. And then we're going to do a craft today, which is Christmas related because it is December 1st. And I'm excited to start all of the Christmas fun and activities with the kids. So I just want to bring you into my world so we can do this together. If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you can take some of these ideas and do them with your kids to fill the time. And everything that I'm doing today is screen-free. So if you're somebody who's trying to cut down on screen time, these are good for you as well. So we're gonna get right to the point. We're gonna start off with the letter board and we're gonna go ahead and change that. Okay, so here is the letter board. I do need to fix that little hook. We're gonna erase what we had last week and then switch everything out. So yeah, let's get to it. So our letter board is done. This is what it looks like. So up here, it just says all about C. Then we go over whether the letter is a consonant or a vowel. They have a tracing card. We sing a song. So for example, this song would go, C says k, C says k, clickety crab, k. And my kids really do love these songs. Like, they love them so much, they say them all week. So we definitely sing those. And then my daughter, she comes up here and she'll write the letter C, lowercase and uppercase. And then down here, whereas we know, we'll figure out some other C words other than the ones that are listed down here, and she will write them there. And then we'll circle the letter that we're doing that week. And then this is where everything is stored. I think we got this off of TikTok. I actually think my mom bought this for them. So the tracing cards go here, photo cards, letter cards. I really, really need to organize these photo cards. I just kind of shuffle through them every single week, but we're gonna worry about that at another time. I'm gonna go ahead and print out some worksheets that correlate with the letter C. So I'll show you guys those when I get those done. Okay, so we finished the letterboard. I did the color magnets and I went ahead and set that up on the fridge. So now I'm gonna go over the worksheets that I have. So every week, whatever the letter is, I just found some free printables. I'll list some websites that I usually get them from. Well, that I got them from this week. And they're all free, so you can print them out, and it's just an easy way to keep your kids occupied and another way for them to learn the letter. A lot of this is easier for my 4, almost 5-year-old. The focus is really my 2-year-old, but since she likes to join in, I'm gonna start trying my best to find worksheets that correlate to the letter but are a little bit more challenging. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna kind of separate these between the two. So I always print out a letter worksheet. So it's just color the letter just so he can recognize the uppercase and the lowercase. So that's what this is. And this is from ABC Mouse. So they have free printables. And then we have, I like to go over letters, or I like to go over objects that start with the letter. So this one says C is for cow. And then it helps him recognize his animals as well. And then we can do like the animal sound. So this is also from ABC Mouse. This one, I'm gonna have him color red since it correlates with the color of the week, which is red. So it says red, uppercase, lowercase c, and then C is for cup, C is for cat. So he'll just color and scribble on this. And then I also have C is for car because he absolutely loves cars right now. So I thought that was fitting. ABC Mouse, and then this one came from Superstar Worksheets. So he has letter C. C is for cow. I'll put that behind. C is for car. And then we have the color red worksheet. That's also C. So the first worksheet that I give them is always just the basic letter C. And then I usually try to do these formally, but if they're like bored or we need something to do, I'll just pull a worksheet out and they'll color or do whatever the worksheet is. So it's a good way throughout the week for me to have something for them to do. If I don't want to turn on the TV and they're just like, I don't know, getting a little crazy and they need something structured, I'll pull one of these out. So it's good to go ahead and prep these beforehand. I have a lot for my daughter. Okay, so she also has the letter C. She can do whatever she wants. She gets really creative, so she'll do whatever she wants with this. Also color letter C. So you only color the pictures of the things that start with the letter C. So she does stuff like this at school. So we're gonna do this. I have this one for her. So this one is you color the letter in the picture. She can practice writing cat. She can trace the letters. So I like to do a lot of handwriting with her too that correlates to the letter, just to work on her writing. She writes really well, but you know, practice makes perfect. And then she can color the images that start with the letter C, and then color the circles with the letter C, uppercase or lowercase c. So she has one of these worksheets. Then she has C is for cow as well, and C is for cake. I thought this was fitting because it's her birthday month. So C is for cake. And then actually, let me see how many she has. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. So this C is for candle. I'm going to put in his stack. So then they each have 5 worksheets. And that's plenty. That is plenty. So each has 5. Oh, she has another one. Just kidding. So I found this one. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what. Oh, this came from Superstar Worksheets. But this is also letter C. So this one seems a little bit more challenging for her. So I'm going to try to find more like this. This is my first week trying to really dig deep and find stuff for her. But the first one, she can trace the letters. Then she has to follow the C's all the way through. So it's kind of like a maze. It says color the tangram. So she can color this one. So it's just a C made up of the geometric shapes. And she can practice writing. It's cat again. She can write the lowercase c's, circle the C's, and then she has to complete the maze. So it's a maze within the letter C. So hopefully we'll see how she likes this. I'm sure she'll let me know if she likes it or not. So we'll see. So she has 6 worksheets and he has 5, which is completely fine. And then for my daughter, so she is the type of kid that needs to be entertained 24/7. She gets bored easily, or she always comes up and is like, oh, what can I do now? What can I do now? So you literally have to have activities lined up for her every single second. So I do have a little bit more for her. My son is a little bit more laid back. He likes the worksheets, he likes to learn, but it doesn't take much. Like, he can focus on one thing and just go off and do his own thing after that. So for her, this is going to be a little different. We've never tried this before. But to further work on her spelling and her handwriting, I'm about to cut out each of these little squares. So we have cat, carrot, car, cake, coat, cow, camel, cactus, cup, and camera. So I'm going to cut these out. And then we have a dry erase board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these on the dry erase board, and then she can look at it, she can spell the word, and she can practice writing it out on the dry erase board. So I think that that will work for her, and then we can also see what other words, other than what's on our letter board, that start with the letter C. So hopefully she likes that. I think I might have a smaller dry erase board. If not, I'll buy one just in case my son wants to kind of scribble and practice writing while she's doing it, because I don't want them to fight over the board. So we'll see if I need to buy one of those if I don't already have one. We'll see. I'll let you guys know how this activity goes. I don't do this all in one day. So like today, we might just do 1 or 2 of these worksheets. It might be just the letter C, and then color the objects that start with the letter C. And then tomorrow, it might be the dry erase board. And the next day, maybe we'll do a letter C activity with Play-Doh, or do like a letter C craft. So I don't do all of this all in one day. I don't have time for that. But I do spread it out throughout the week. So they're learning about that one letter in multiple different ways throughout the span of 7 days. Even on the weekends. If we have, I don't really do it on the weekends a lot, but if we just have a weekend where we have nothing going on and they need something to do, I just find something to do that correlates with our letter. And now that we're doing the colors, I'll try to find something that correlates with that too for my son. So, yeah, that's all we have for this. That's what we have for learning this week. I have tried before to make like a whole curriculum and do all this elaborate, detailed lesson plan, and it just, life always gets in the way. Always. There's always something that interrupts it. So I'm trying to just go with the flow. So the letter board really helps me with that, because it's up there. They look forward to this. Like, they want to see what's the next letter. My daughter's always like, when are we changing the letter? When's it's time to change to go to the next letter? So they'll wake up, eat breakfast, or while they're eating breakfast, they'll start saying the letter C song, or, oh, camel starts with C. So we do it on the fly. And then I really like that the color of the week is a magnet, because he can just go up as I'm cooking or whenever he feels like it and go and play with the magnets, but also recognize the color red. So I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate learning into our everyday life instead of a formal sit down. Now we have to go over everything, if that makes sense, because I think this might work better, especially with me about to give birth in a couple months. I'm really trying to set it up to where even if I'm doing something with the baby or doing something else, my 2-year-old can still learn if I have to shift my attention somewhere else. And then the worksheets are a great way to do that, because sometimes I can just, if it's something simple as this, I can say, this is the lowercase C, uppercase C, give him some crayons and let him go to town. So it's kind of like it goes from instructional to an independent activity as well. So it works. I think it's going to work. So far, it's been working. So yeah, we did that. I was going to do a Christmas activity that I put up on the wall, but because of time, I'm kind of crunched for time right now, because soon it'll be time to go do school pickup. I think I'm going to do it on a sheet of paper instead of on the wall, and it'll make sense when I do it. It actually calls for colored construction paper, which I don't know if I have. So I might have to improvise. We might have to do a little bit of coloring with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and look for the materials that I need, and then I'll explain to you guys what the craft is. I'm cooking in the background, so if you hear the stove, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but if you can, that's what that sound is. But I forgot to show you guys what I put at the bottom of the door underneath the letterboard. So we focus on a shape. And I just started this. So last week we had circle. So this week I added heart. So we'll just go over circle and heart. And then over here I have some Bible verse cards. So last week we recited John 3:16. This week we're going to do 1 John 3:23. Love one another. My kids also love seeing this change as well. So I think for this, I'm not going to take off the previous week. Maybe if it starts getting too full, but I'm just going to add on, and then we just do the review and then do what's new every week. Also for these, I made these myself. So I just found the little template online, cut it out, and then I have a laminator, so I laminated them. So I made these a while ago, probably like last year for my daughter. And it's really good to have a laminator because they're still in good condition. Like that one's a little dirty, but they're in good condition and they don't tear because I laminated them. So it works. We're using them for multiple kids. That's a tie. Tomato. Where's the apple? What color is that? Red. Good job, red. Nice.
Mom, look at this one. I'm gonna color my car orange because half are usually orange. Yeah, orange.
Ta-da, good job, Chase.
So I want to color it orange.
Yeah, so this one is
8.
H. Good job. S. Good job. What other letters do you see?
C.
C. Good job. A.
E.
E. Good job.
C.
C. So find the letter C. Where's the letter C over here? Find the letter C. Good job. Where's the C on the triangle? Which one? Grab the letter C. Get it. Good job. And then Kinsley, you have yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have to glue it down.
Huh?
Press it down. Good job. Good job. Where's the letter A? Where's the letter A? Okay, where's the triangle? Good job. Good job. Okay, so now we're gonna put a little bit of glue. Yep.
It's time for me to do my S.
Good job.
E-N-F-L-E-Y.
Yep. Okay, what's at the top?
C.
Say, what's this? Star. What's this? Triangle. And at the bottom, we have a square. How do you spell your name? Say C.
C.
H.
A.
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 S.
A.
E.
E.
Chase.
Chase.
Soldiers up. I like that. Good job.
Yeah. I see.
Good job, buddy.
Am I gonna put them
I like that.
and things that I like up here? I'm gonna make it with nowhere at the top because it reminds me of my North Santa idea.
Yeah, I like
Mom,
that.
can you hang it up on the wall now? See, they don't really fall off.